damn did run out of beer.
No, never mind the beer, sir. What we need you to do is first say your name.
Well, starting off with my name is Wheeler J. Jackson, and my game is cattle wrangling.
Alright, and we understand that you're the notorious leader of the white supremacy group, the Ku
Oh,
Klux
hell
Klan.
no, I ain't just the leader. I tell you what, I'm the main motherfucking beater. When I'll be driving my truck down the road, I don't care if it's a black mailbox. I will get out and beat its ass with a 2x4 till I knock the paint off of it and turn it silver.
Well, sir, what we want you to do is explain your life story. How you grew up, where you grew up, any interesting stories you might want to tell, and how you became such the leader.
Alright, I'm gonna take you back to when I was 6 years old. And it started off in the schoolhouse down in good old Alabama. And I sat there and we'd always play around. Ain't nobody down there like no black folk. But there's this one black girl and I'd terrorize her. I'd tell you what, I'd take the flagpole and I'd hook it up her dress. And I'd wheel her up to the top and we'd all gather around and start singing Sweet Home Alabama. Well, after that, her daddy got kind of pissed and he's a big old black man. He came down and threw a rock and hit Billy Ray right in the fucking head. Well, my daddy didn't take kindly to that. So my daddy came, and next time that big black guy came, he threw a brick and hit him in the head. He throws a rock, we threw a brick, and from then on, we always had these dirt clod wars. And one day, old Cyrus had to sit there and throw one that had a rock in it, and he knocked Timmy out. We didn't know what to do. He was over there laying on the ground, so we started poking on him to make sure he was still alive, and he screamed, and I swear to God, Ray done pissed his pants. He's sitting over there shaking and crying, and Billy Ray is sitting there talking to somebody, and the next thing I know, 10 years later, Billy Ray's making music, and he done got a daughter that turned into a whore. She's all over Nickelodeon. My daughter watches that shit. I don't want my daughter to be no stripper.
But in your youth, sir, I know you were immature, but now that you've grown with age, do you regret putting that black woman up a tree?
Do I regret it? Hell no, that was the best decision I ever did make. I mean, the way I saw it back then was ain't no black folk gonna be stepping on the ground of America. If they want in America, they're gonna be hanging in America. We're gonna decorate our Christmas trees with them motherfuckers. And you know what? I'm glad I did, because now I got a whole group of people that go out there and beat their asses for me. Well, I'll sit back and I'll sip on my beer, and every now and then I'll get up and I'll go beat the shit out of my neighbor's wife.
Sir, you do realize in this new day and age that we even have a black president.
And you do realize I don't give a shit, because I guarantee you the second he's unelected and the second he ain't inside that big old bulletproof Hummer, I'm gonna come out with my 22, I'm gonna shoot him right in the goddamn dick. I'm aiming right for the hole, I'm gonna rip him a new one. I'm gonna take that hole, I'm gonna rope my rope through it, I'm gonna tie him up by his dick on the nation's flag. And everybody's gonna walk up there and start singing Sweet Home Alabama.
I feel as though that your childhood may be the reason you become such a white supremacist. Can you maybe give us stories on what happened that could have caused such a traumatic incident?
Alright, well, it was the July of '78. I was out there picking corn with my dad. I done picked a piece of corn. I guess I shucked it wrong or something. My dad told me to go get a shovel. When I was on the way to my shovel, I guess my punishment was that I'd get hit in the face with the truck. And it damn near knocked 25 of my teeth out. And I tried putting them back in, but they were all crooked, and I put one of them in upside down, and Betty Lou wouldn't kiss me after that, so that kind of hurt me a little bit. But she's a big old girl. And then one time my sister, we were at a Chinese buffet. I've always loved the cooking of some squinty-eyed motherfucker, let me tell you that. I don't like the people, but I like that food. Anyway, she was down in the entire buffet. This is a 400-pound woman with her belly button pierced. Luckily, it was pierced, too, because she was taking down the whole buffet. We had to hook a tow truck to her and drag her out there before they sued us. All you can eat buffet for $5. I didn't say all you can eat in the store. And then I was helping my mom. I hanged some sheets up, and she cut one out and make me look like a ghost. And I was running around with that, and my little friend, I think his name was Jamal. He's a little black boy. I want to play a game, and I ran out with that sheet, and he took off running and tripped and done busted his head on a stump. And his daddy came out yelling at me and hit me in the face. I guess next thing I know, 6-year-old Rage came out and I kicked him in the shins. That didn't do much good. He kicked me in the head and I went 20 feet through the air.
So how do you feel about tobacco products, sir?
Well, these tobacco products, well, they're the star of our nation. Just give me a second. Hold on 1 minute. But like I was saying, if it wasn't for no tobacco, most of the men in America wouldn't put a big old Red Man chew in. If they wouldn't have done that, there wouldn't be all these kids walking around with these bushes on their chest, 'cause that shit puts hair on your balls.
So you just contradicted yourself by saying hairy chest and then reverting to saying red man puts hair on your balls.
It does. It grows straight up from your gooch, right between your ass crack and your balls. It'll grow this fine. I mean, it's about this thick. It grows straight up the middle into your chest. And my pa, one time, he walked up to my little brother after he put his first one in, and you could watch the hair grow. It was like he was a chameleon just growing this hair. And my pa thought it'd be funny if he'd sit there and tie his beard into it. Well, he tied it so tight he couldn't get it loose. And Ma, I guess, we didn't have no scissors, so she brought out those hedge clippers. She damn near whacked my brother's nose off with them, but I tell you, she cut it loose and couldn't get all the hair out, and my daddy had a white beard. Well, he had this big old black ball of hair hanging from the end of it, and we called him Pube Chin for the longest time. He didn't know why, but, you know, he had a bunch of pubes in his head. And then one day I walked in the bathroom and he was shaving his beard, and I saw him eat them black pubes, I did. So from there on, I've been on a diet of pubes and cocaine.
Well, sir, it seems like you have a good wife. First of all, what is her name, and how does she treat you?
My wife, now she's a sweet woman, let me tell you. Her name is Betty Lou Ray. She got 3 first names, I tell you. I always pick on her for that. I'll be like, are you going by Betty or Lou today? Anyway, she treats me good. The only thing she does is I tell her to scramble my eggs, and that bitch will do them over easy. And sometimes she won't fry my pork dick. I like eating some pork dick sometimes. It gives you a lot of protein, and it's pretty good. It's like jerky. But one day she wasn't put out, so I went out in the barn and I was looking around because I was bored. I happened to look over and I look in the pig field. I was gonna feed them, and I took the slop over there, and I guess I didn't see her crawling around with the pigs, and I dumped the slop right on her head, and it knocked her out. I don't know how. She's a sensitive lady, but I just kept walking. I left her there. I mean, she's a strong woman. She can get up herself. Well, I turned around and looked back after I got about a good 250 feet away. And I looked over there and a pig done mounted there and I was going at it, and she was unconscious. Her head was bouncing off the pig chaw. Oh my God. Then next thing I know, she was out there trying to saddle up a horse and somehow got the saddle tied to its stomach, and it was like a giant leather condom or something. It cut the circulation of the horse dick off, and he fell off. I mean, the dog got a hold of it, took off running. Coyote came out of nowhere, grabbed a hold of it from one end, and they kept on running, and they ran into a tree and got tied around. They killed both of them. They were both killed by a horse dick wrapping around them. It was bad. That's about it with my wife.
Sir, do you have any siblings? If so, who are they?
Well, I got a brother, and he lives up in Missouri, and he's kind of a weird one. But like, he was in the military for about 5 years. They got him on a dishonorable discharge because he tried stuffing a big old chew in one of the general's mouths. But after he was kicked out, he swears to God he went to war. He never went to war. All he did was clean latrines with his tongue. But he swears he did, and like he'll act like he has flashbacks and everything. And one 4th of July, I let off a firecracker. Next thing I know, I see some bitch run out of the house butt naked. He ran over to a tree, climbed halfway up it, and tied his dick around it. It was just hanging there like a bat. Well, I thought it'd be funny, so I waited the next year for 4th of July, and I set off another firecracker, and I knew he was going to run out of the house. Right when he ran out of the house, I shot a bottle rocket. I hit him right in the asshole, and like it gave him a turbo boost. I've never seen someone climb a tree that fast and tie their dick to it before. Well, this time he climbed up so far, the fire department had to come get him down. They said they ain't never seen nothing like that. I've been like, you ain't been around my family very long then, have you? We tie our dicks to all kinds of things, like stools and spoons, and I tied mine to the stove one time and moved it out of the kitchen. But they cut him down, and they got to the hospital, and they saved his dick, but he had like 40 splinters up in his hole. So I waited again, and when he got out of the hospital, he was like, I'm feeling a lot better, and I just shot him in the dick. I didn't know what to do. I just shot him right in the dick. And it went straight in the hole, and ever since then, when he pisses, it doesn't come out. It just, like, falls out. He was telling me one day about how he was beaten off, and, like, instead of spurting everywhere, it just, like, globbed out like a volcano. And it covered him, and it nearly drowned him. I mean, can you imagine an emergency vehicle that had to save a man from drowning on his own semen? It happened. It did.
Sir, we all know this question is very personal, but we'd all like to know. How's your sex life?
Oh, boy, don't you worry about it, boy. I'm like an open book, I'll tell you right now. I've done all kinds of crazy shit. I went to Peru one time. I don't know why I went to Peru. I guess I wanted some coffee or something. But anyways, I went to Peru, and I met this one little Filipinian or Perunian. I don't know what you call them. She was brown and all, but she wasn't black, so it was alright. Anyways, she took me back to her house, and I went to go to bed, and next thing I know, I woke up butt-ass naked, handcuffed to the bed, and she's standing over me in this ski mask and this skimpy little leather thong and everything, and I didn't know what was going on. She had a whip, and when she whipped, I guess she was aiming for my chest, but she took my foreskin off my dick, and that's how I got circumcised right there. I opened up a farm one day, and I was walking out, and I guess it was mating season or something for the cows, and I was bent over and fed. I was dumping the feed in there, and next thing I know, I got mounted. It didn't penetrate me or nothing, because luckily it went through between my legs and hit the electric fence. I never seen a bull fall on its back and piss itself at the same time, but my God, I got curious. I stuck my dick to the thing, and I pissed everywhere. It was like a waterfall. You ever been to Emerald Point? I pissed that much water, I tell you. Well, after that, went down to Mexico because I was going to beat some bricklayers up. I needed some cheap work on my farm, I'm not even going to lie. 25 cents an hour. Anyways, I sent the family home tacos. I think it's the best thing I could have did. But I went down there and I watched somebody have sex with a horse. Oh my God, you should have saw that shit. That horse was tearing her up and she was just laying there taking it. I mean, I swear her vagina had to be gaped open enough to stick a flower pot in. But I got curious, so I went down there right in the middle of the show and I fucked the horse. I guess I was doing it wrong because people were throwing stuff at me. I don't know what. But I tore that horse a new one. I mean, literally, I didn't go for any holes. I went for the side right between its ribs, and I just tore through like a new one. It was weird, but I liked it. So ever since then, one of my nicknames has been Rib Fucker. But I embrace it. I really do.
Sir, you have a number 3 on your cap. How's NASCAR doing lately?
Well, let me tell you, but what the fuck is up with this kid? He's got holes in his ear big enough for Cletus to stick his dick in. His hair looks like a damn Pokemon shit on his face. His tattoo says I heart emotions, but I swear to God all it means is he takes it up the ass. I may have had 22 beers, but I guarantee I'll
Yo, man, you want to do something?
I played the guitar for Jimmy Hendrix.
You want to do something?
I played the